Hello, this is Arcus and Tenebris, our second episode. Holy crap, we're still going. So, I did notice as I was going over last week's thing that I ended up skipping a couple things. Like, for example, this game takes place in Las Cruces, New Mexico. It's a big enough town where it's, got hubbub and hustle, but small enough that it doesn't have an interesting enough tech base. So the traditions wouldn't be interested in it because there isn't enough life around it, and the technocracy doesn't care about it because it doesn't have a big enough tech base. So that's how our orphans found themselves in the middle. All right, there is that, and also I should probably go over. And darn it. Okay, one second.
Jennifer?
Alright.
Erwin?
So, this, and here is the proper intro that I didn't actually get to do last week, so there we go. This is a story of a world not unlike our own. A world with familiar trappings and places. A world that during the day might seem very much like ours, but when the sun sets, it can no longer hide its true nature. It is a world of darkness, where the thin veneer of normalcy is merely a veil. A lie people tell themselves to keep themselves sane. A lie told by those in power to keep the masses asleep. And behind closed doors, they make deals with eldritch beings, or are beasts themselves wearing the masks of blood and bone. There are things that predate on those who are unlucky to cross them, devouring blood, flesh, emotion, and even sanity, depending on the stripe of the creature. But not all in this world is doom and gloom. There are some throughout humanity who see the world as it truly is. Those who see the weft and weave, who could see the fabric of reality and mold it, shift it. Those who reject reality and replace it with their own, the construct of their own worlds, joining with others to share in their vision, building ivory adamantine towers to race toward the heavens and ascend. Ascending to what? Into what? They do not know. But they know that there is more than this world, and even their unconstrained vision can see. But there are some among these enlightened who have no ivory towers, who are not taught ancient wisdom, and who are alone on their path save for each other. Called gutter mages or orphans by the enlightened elite when discovered. They are believed to be destined to nothing but death and failure. And yet these orphans are free. Free from preconception, from politics, from backstabbing, from the heel of cliques and favoritism. But abandoned they are. No one to protect them, no organization, no army to hold back the night folk who would seek to devour or enslave them. Nothing to assure their safety, except their own wit and guile. Though their magics are beautiful, they are forsaken and unseen, like a rainbow in the dark. Last time, our mages came across a strange case involving a series of robberies that left one body completely filled with necrosis. After doing their due diligence, they discovered that these thieves were using a damaged magical item to create holes in walls or containers. Through efficient use of skill and magic, they discovered the thieves were more than normal people, but were beholden to a greater master. While they learned much, they had even more questions. And however, they did know one thing. They knew when and where the thieves would next strike in the next 3 days. And there we go. So you guys ended up learning much through the body, and you've kind of decided to follow this up, if nothing else, than to find this damaged artifact. It is around noon, and you have 3 days to prepare. How do you want to go about this? Flux, what do you think?
Seeing that people seem to be vulnerable to gunfight, it might be an idea to get guns for everyone. I asked questioning at the group.
That is a good question. How is
not
everyone
a
armed?
bad start. I mean,
I know Klaus
Arthur just has like
a
a regular.
I know Klaus has a concealed carry license, but I don't think we've ever mentioned
Yes.
what everyone else has as far
No,
as
it hasn't
weapons
come
goes.
up yet.
Yeah. The world is a dangerous place.
Well, here's my problem. I left my computer at home.
Ah. Let's see.
I told you that.
Okay. Let's see.
I mean, I've got a hammer as a focus.
Hey, never underestimate the power of hammer. All right.
And I think I also have a taser of some kind. I don't think I actually wrote that one down. Yeah.
Right now, Arthur, he just has his staff. He didn't grab anything else because he didn't think.
Well, you're a detective, right? You don't have like 38 special detectives model.
Yeah, he's.
That's a little.
He has a gun at home, but he just didn't bring it with him.
Well, it's also one of these. You guys have 3 days.
Not a good
it's
idea.
in 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Just out of curiosity, is there like a what is the range of or correspondence? Because I remember somewhere in the book, but I can't I like what's is there like a range limit?
There are not so much range limits as in range difficulties, and things get without certain preparations, they become more and more impossibly difficult.
Okay.
But like, what did you have in mind?
He wanted to look at a map of Las Cruces and use Prime to just see if there's any like pockets of like that weird monstrous weave that he saw in the corpse.
Well, that's an interesting idea, but I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it's this is your town. You've been throughout Las Cruces enough that you know it pretty well. But at the same time, you would be leaning on an extremely foreign feeling, and trying to like do ostensibly multiple versions of a corresponded scrying spell at once.
Right.
That seems like that would be a little hard for you at this point in time.
That's fair.
That being said, if you were like about, 1 or 2 levels higher in Arete, that would definitely be something that you could do. But as is, I think that's a little difficult for you.
Oh, alrighty. That's fair.
It's a brilliant idea, though.
As long as it's a good idea, though. At first, I'm like, maybe this is a backfire. There's something on that scene, but yeah, I understand it. It's a bit much for my level. Well, I mean, are we still at the graveyard?
I mean, you could be. I mean, we kind of like...
Or did we...
I mean, we didn't really say where you guys left immediately afterward, so I guess it's within the realm of possibility that you could still be there. What were you trying to do?
Okay, well, I wanted to see if I could communicate with our John Doe's spirit, or because I'm at level 1, so and spirit is kind of like a confusing one to me. Not sure if. We are in a graveyard too, so I'm not sure that would be like.
Let me check real quick, because I think at Spirit 1, it's mostly being able to sense them rather than interacting with them. Yeah, at the first dot in it, I think it's more being able to sense them and see them rather than communicate with them. Anything else anyone wants to do at the graveyard before moving on?
Not really, at least not for me.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay. Then you have 3 days to prepare.
Yeah.
And what exactly would you want to? How do you want to prepare? What do you want to do?
Well, I think that. Oh wait, no, that's more at like a night thing. Can I just try to drive? Do I have the do we have the address of where the robbery took place?
Where this all started?
We have a couple of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely something that Klaus would have because uh, it crossed his desk, and
Yeah.
the insurance would know the address of where it happened. So that's definitely something that you would know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys want to go visit it?
And I still have the possibility to go there and have a look at it. I can probably take 1 or 2 people with me, but we can't just run up there as
Yeah,
a
yeah.
gang of 5 people and say hello. Wouldn't work.
Well, I mean, the main thing Arthur wanted to do is he wanted to just see if there's any like landscapers in the area, or if there's any like give that area itself, if it had people who might have been who had, because he wanted to interview if they had like witnesses that might have seen anything during the day that they were acting weird, or notice any like vehicles, like if a nanny saw something or the butler, just see if there's anybody like around the area.
Yeah, you could do that.
He doesn't necessarily have to go inside, but
Yeah. Well, I although Klaus is right, you don't necessarily want to have like about 5 people roll up, but as a PI, you would definitely be able to say, "Hey, I'm investigating this." Whether it is 100% true,
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily matter because you have an official badge. So we can do that. You want to go do that?
That is
yeah, I have a yeah. I say so.
Okay. So, you guys, are rather who's coming and who's not coming.
I'm definitely going because I kind of need to.
Yeah, you would definitely have to be one of the people to
So
come by.
I just finished the issue I had to deal with. So I can. What are we doing? So I could probably offer my services.
They were looking to investigate the robbery site. And although Klaus, as the someone attached to the insurance company, and Arthur, because he's a PI, do have they can automatically BS themselves onto it. All a bunch of people running up to this place might be a bit much. So who wants to go and who wants to stay?
I can stay back. I don't need to go. I don't have anything I could offer there.
Luke, what do you think?
I guess I can tag along.
Okay, cool. So the 3 of you make your way down there. It is the individual who the victim, because the thieves were stealing from him, and he's the insurance policy holder. The house that it takes place is in a not quite a gated community, but there are 2 entrances to it, but other than those two roads, it is a very closed off area. It's got a couple of cul-de-sacs, but if you found yourself driving in here by accident, you'd be like, oh, this is a moneyed neighborhood. Now we're not talking about like a lot of money, but definitely like, oh, this is upper middle class at least. So what ends up as you guys approach the house, you'll notice that there are two cars on the driveway, and that there is a little bit of a loft to the place, but it seems a little like a weird design, but because as far as the architecture is concerned, it's like a little bit of a tower at the top of the house, but it's not a big enough room to accomplish anything, which is like kind of a little weird quirk. You guys get there, and the homeowner is there. His wife is out doing something with the kids, and he's a little short-tempered, not to the point of being rude, but he's like, okay, well, let's deal with this already.
Yeah.
However, his he will go over the incident as much as he can. If you're thinking of looking for like neighbors or gardeners or neighborhood watch, I'm going to need a streetwise or similar roll from someone.
What would be the attribute? Perception? Wits?
Since it's I'd say go for either wits or manipulation, because you're trying to get something out of people.
I can hear you. I don't know.
Jeremy? Hello?
One second. Can you not hear me?
Find them? It's up to 6. Where's the roll? Okay.
I can hear you.
I can hear you now, but
All right, let me jump off and then jump back on. Yeah, sorry about that. I live in the, backside of nowhere.
it happens. Plus, it's Discord, so.
Touche. I mean, even Pancake is coming in weird.
We probably need to get you hardwired in for these sessions rather than Wi-Fi'd into your router.
I'll see what I can do. I have to find another Ethernet cable somewhere.
Alright, so wits and streetwise. What was the? Sorry for this. Oh, well, there's a 10.
Yeah, you've got it.
7, 8, 10 looks good, yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you want to know? Who do you want to talk to?
Oh, I mean, who did I see? Did I see like gardeners? Is there like a cleaning lady? I'm not sure who I saw.
There would be a elderly lady across the street, and as a detective, you are well aware that nosy older ladies are good place to get information because they're always sticking their nose in.
Okay, then yeah.
And also
sounds-
there is also a neighborhood watch. You could get the information about the neighborhood watch commander and talk to them.
Right. Well, I mean, the lady's right here, so I'll start with her, and
Okay.
I mean,
All right, cool.
I could probably work my way towards.
So I assume you knock on her door.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yes.
Can I help you, young man? Can I help you, young man?
Yes. And I'm gonna pull out a card. I'm. Did I say my detective agency was called? I'm Arthur Prendergast. I'm a private detective, and I'm investigating the string of robberies that's been going on.
Okay. Oh, that was a little while ago. Anything I could do to help?
Well, right now we're just it's a private investigation. It's somebody else who's very curious about it, and I was just wondering, the days up to the robberies, if you saw anything strange or maybe some cars driving by, anything out of the ordinary.
Well, there was this, oddly beat up red sedan. Not to sound a little too arrogant or anything, but it was kind of odd to see a car in such disrepair here repeatedly. And she can give you the make and model of it if you want.
Yeah.
It's a Pinto.
And I'm gonna not in a. So, when you see this car, did you notice anybody like inside? Did they park at a specific spot, or were they like guests?
Well, no,
A specific house?
they definitely weren't guests, because they would park up and down the street for the week before, and they definitely were not they weren't visiting anyone because I don't think I ever saw them leave their car. Oh, and I'd like to apologize.
Did you make out any
I'd like to apologize. My old lady voice is not great, so I'm just doing it off the cuff.
That's... So you never saw they? Did you ever see into their car? Were the windows tinted, or they ever turn on the light by chance?
Well, not. It was always during the day, and there were tinted windows, and so I couldn't really see inside, but I could tell that there was at least 2 or 3 of them because of the movement I could, that I could see. But Unfortunately, I can't give you much of a description.
Right, and well, that does help. And you said during the day, was it always the same time of day, or was it like sometimes later, sometimes earlier, or was it?
Not demonstrably so. Uh, they would be there for like about an hour or two each time, and then they'd leave without getting out of the car. Now I'll be honest, I don't know if this is actually connected or not. However, given given the robbery and what happened, it does seem like it's noteworthy at least.
Oh, I mean, you're right. It might not, but it sticks out, and you're always looking for differences in the pattern. Um, so as far as the car goes, was there? Well, last question. Aside from the make and model, was there anything else that stood out? Like, did you by chance get a look at their license plate, or even if you don't get the numbers, you got like the state they were from, the area, anything like that?
All right, fun bit of trivia. New Mexico only requires a license plate for the back of the car, and they parked farther back that she only saw the front of the car. So unfortunately, she didn't catch the license plate number.
Ah, I did not know that. That was a fun tribute. Uh, all right. Well, thank you very much for your help. We- yeah.
I'm not happy to help. Hope solves problems.
Well, we're gonna do our best. Every bit of information helps.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
She closes the door, goes inside, and do you want to talk to the homeowner or?
Well, I mean, kind of, but I don't know how much time we have. But I also do kind of want to talk to the security guards because, like, you said it's a gated street, right? So that
Well,
means
no, it's not a gated street.
or did you
I said it is as close to a gated community as you could get.
a one way?
Yeah, there's a road in and there's a road out, but other than that, as I said, it's about as close to a gated community as you could be without gates.
Right. Okay, yeah, you did say that. Uh, uh, yeah, I guess I'll if Klaus is still there, I guess I could go ask the homeowner some questions.
Okay.
Is he still with the homeowner or?
Yeah. So you get to see the homeowner, and he is, on the taller side, but has a certain, infectious energy, I guess is what you could call it, where he's like kind of excited about, answering this question like it was like the highlight of his month. To the point where you're like, okay, well, this is a little almost inappropriate. Is there, any questions specifically you'd like to ask?
I mean, for the first thing, do want to know what happened. Like I know he's probably tired of of answering this, but I just want to know step by step what he heard. Uh, what happened, just from his own two lips.
Well, you say you're probably tired of answering this, but as soon as you get finished saying it, he like goes right into it and talks about it enthusiastically. He explains that he was in the back room working on his minis, and the wife and the kids were out of the house, I think, and he says, I think there was like I think there was a exhibit that my daughter wanted to attend, and that kind of like strikes you a little weird that he doesn't know, but he said it was just him. He was in the garage painting minis, and he all of a sudden he heard clonking movement in the living room. So he ducked his head around the corner and saw movement. He grabbed his shotgun, and this is where you're not so sure about the accuracy of his statement, because he said, I came around the corner, I told them to put their hands up. One of them charged and the rest of them ran. The one that charged was, of course, the one that he shot, and was surprised with the effluence all over his couch. But other than that, the other three got away, and that's about all that he knows. As that is his story, and he's sticking to it. Let's see. Could you roll me a perception alertness roll?
See, so on the particular day in time,
it was at night, but also, can I get you to do a perception alertness roll? Okay.
Perception alertness.
Okay.
Can
Perception to alertness.
he assist, considering we're in the area?
Who you?
All right. Okay, that's enough for you to for you to notice. You see where the safe is, in the wall, because it's the classic. There's a painting on hinges. You move it aside, and there's the wall safe. You see where the wall is. You see where the couch is, and you see where the door is, and you listen to his statement of, one of them charged me and the others ran, and the position of the safe, the couch, and the door really kind of tells you there's something not entirely accurate with his story. And given okay, let me say, give me a empathy wits roll to get what you may suspect.
Okay.
Okay. So you see how excited this guy is. How much that this really got him excited. And you look at the evidence of the positioning of the safe, the couch, and the door, and you come to the conclusion that he didn't come around the corner and say, "Stop, arms up." What he did was he came around the corner and just shot one of them.
Yeah, wasn't that in the autopsy report? He shot them while fleeing.
It said that the autopsy report would have said that one was shot while in the house. The autopsy report did not say specifically the order of events, but
Right.
given what you are seeing in front of you at the house, your impression of the man there, and all the evidence, you're like, this guy just came around the corner and shot him. Which, from a legal perspective, isn't entirely, isn't illegal or anything. But no, he did not give them a chance to stick their hands up.
I'm not trying to phrase this. How intelligent does this man seem? Is there a lot of books in there? Does he talk like he's very articulate? When I walked around the house, did I see anything that would say, "Hey, this is a smart guy"? I don't know what he would do for a living. Is he intelligent?
He's a day trader.
More so.
But what intelligent in what way? What are you wanting to know?
Would he know that he would be within his rights to have shot the man without a warning?
I think he would have. However, at the same time, the fact that he's covering it up, kind of gives you a impression of his character, because he obviously knows. He obviously does not want to have known that he shot first, whether he was within his legal rights or not.
So he shot first, but he doesn't want anyone to know about it. So
Can I
I'm
get
gonna
you-
change the
can I get
subject,
you
just
to-
the directions.
Can I get you to roll your willpower? This is. I'm going to use this as a possible enlightenment moment.
Or D10, sure. Oh, 10.
Okay. You get the feeling that although everything was legal and above board, this man has a violence streak, but is trying very desperately to not let it be seen by anyone. Probably because there was like a social backfire, and he cannot afford to be caught being reckless anymore. So that's kind of how you put two and two together. Is he may have been within his rights, he may have done everything as he should, but he did not want to be seen being reckless because of how it would affect how it would affect something important to him elsewhere.
Right.
Now, normally I wouldn't give this to you, but you're a detective. You deal with people's motivations all the time. So, I figured that, I was being a little, a little hard to understand, but at the same time, I'm thinking that your character would kind of put that together.
Right. So the question he has right now, though, is why was he not supposed to be there? Was he normally out on the day in question? Because like they were surprised. I'm assuming they were scoping out the area. So was he? Was it like a change in plans, or was
Yes,
he home when?
actually, yes. He normally would be away at that time because he of one of his social groups usually has a meetup that that day of the week. But it was raining, so or rather it was not raining. There was maintenance on the field, so he couldn't go do the thing that he normally did.
Does Klaus have any questions? I don't wanna like hog up all the time.
Well, I didn't feel like I got the opportunity to do anything.
No, we haven't left yet, but that's why Arthur has just kind of like paused and looked at you to see if you wanted to ask anything.
If that's everything, then you can still talk to the neighborhood watch if you'd like, but that's more of a phone call.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, if we're still there, can I just ask, when he shot the man, did he notice anything strange? Was there anything else about him? Like, did anything weird happen with the body, or was there like he said the mess? So was there anything weird about the blood?
Well, when he shot him, the body just opened up with all the necrotic effluvia. There was just instead of blood, there was just nothing but rot spilling out of the man. That's pretty freaking weird as far as he's concerned.
Yeah. All right, I can't think of anything else at the moment.
Well, if that's it, you guys can and back to the car, and you could call the neighborhood watch commander and see what he has to say.
I mean, yeah. Let's try that. See if he noticed anything. I'll try giving that a call.
All right, so it takes you a little bit to actually get in contact with him because the neighborhood watch commander is it's an appointed title. He has no official power or anything. He's not like working closely with the police. He's just a elected official. So it takes a little bit to like get in contact with him. However, once you do, he is happy to give you all the information, as limited as it is, to you as he can. What do you want to know?
My main thing is as for the strange vehicle that the older lady we talked to asked if he had any more information on them, if there was anything that he saw about it, like maybe he's got the license plate or anything like that maybe she didn't notice.
You know what? Let me do a roll, because he may have, he may not have. No luck. However, it wasn't. However, there was something weird. There are cameras on the entrance road and the exit road. But for the week ahead of the robbery and around the robbery itself, the camera would glitch out at certain times. And the rest of the time the cameras were working just fine, they didn't need any maintenance. Everything was perfectly fine, except at like through the week prior and the time it actually happened, there were like glitches of like about a minute leading up to and afterward. So, but as that's about the weirdest part that he kind of would bring up. And because he's kind of a like a community elected official, he's got plenty of conspiracy theories to explain it, none of which make sense to a intelligent mind. But he's like, "Oh, it must be part of a bigger story. Elsewise, wouldn't the government have deleted the file? There's no way." Or some silliness along those lines. With that, you can kind of tell that the reason this person is the neighborhood watch commander is that they have too much free time on their hands, and they were looking for anything to occupy their time. Now, he is happy to give you the video files leading up to and after these glitches with timestamps and everything. But aside from that, there isn't a whole lot he can tell you, because he's determined that like either the government or aliens or pick outlandish group of interest is actually behind it.
All right. Well, I mean, that's something. I mean, I guess I give him my email address, and let him know if to send it. And well, wait, how big is it? Do I need to go and get it in person, or do I?
No. It's a video file.
I should ask that first.
It's a video file. Hell, he could even like send it to your phone. We're living
Okay,
in
then
the
yeah, I'll give.
We're living in the dystopian future. We can get away with a lot being sent to our phones.
All right, cool. I'll give him my email and just ask him to let me know if he finds anything else odd going on.
All right. Okay. So I'd say it is about, by the time that you're all done with this all, I'd say it's about 2. And and there are avenues that you can continue to travel. You can try ostensibly like try and look at traffic cam footage and see if you can try and find any suspicious vehicles during that time. There are plenty of ways that you can do stuff like that. I'm going to say that Tatiana would probably still be at work. She got away for lunch, but she probably ended up going back to work. Flux is probably doing their back at work, and you guys can get back together whenever you feel like you have enough information and all that.
So, I guess do I have I don't know if this would be a streetwise role because I don't have it. I didn't take contacts, but would I know any? Would I be familiar with any pawnbrokers? Be them legitimate businesses or kind of like not so legitimate?
Oh, I'd say that's definitely possible. Not necessarily on contacts level, but you most definitely would have, run into them more than 3 or 4 times. So yeah, you should definitely know who to call if you're looking for anything specific showing up.
Yeah, I just wanna call, I guess, the whichever one I'm on the best terms with, because my main question is, have they noticed anybody, any like, especially if it's like three did the homeowner, did he say it was 3 males or 3 guys that ran away?
Yeah, there were 3.
Because I know they shot one, but
yeah, there was 1 shot and 3 escaped.
yeah, so I want to see if there's if the pawnbroker I know is aware of somebody like in a group that usually travels around with 3 that's suddenly flushed with cash or like expensive items to sell and move.
Give me. Okay, I guess that would be a. That would definitely be a streetwise roll, but
Maybe intelligence
well, I guess intelligence works. I
or
guess.
charisma, manipulation.
Yeah, I was gonna say charisma, because you're not trying to get someone to do something. You're just trying to get information.
Yeah. Okay. 1, 2. Well, either way, it's 4, 6. Okay. Roll 4. Wait. 4. 60, 10. I don't know why I said 4.
Well, with that information, with that roll, that I'm gonna say that you'd be like, yeah, there are a few people who fall into that category. No one who particularly stands out. As far as unsavory fences, I'm gonna say that that would actually, yeah. Let's divide it up into the legal side and illegal side. So let's say that roll was for the legal side. Give me another roll for the illegal side.
All right.
A few of your underworld contacts did mention that there were a couple of people that ended up coming back several times in a comparatively short amount of time, and they've got their street name, but unless you have a corresponding role to know who that person is, it's going to be a little difficult to be like, aha. The street names that they give up, one is called Mud Boy, and another one's called the second one is called Gut Knife. Edgy names, I know.
Mud
Boy and Gut Knife.
Well, you know what? Long shot, but let me see. I mean, it's a long shot, but let me see if I can search those names up and maybe they come out. Especially if I search those names up with like New Mexico, just on Google, see if they come out with anything.
You mean with a Google search? What?
Yeah, just maybe some.
I'm good.
Maybe somebody
I'm gonna say that I won't even let you take a roll for that, because there's no way Google would know those names.
Okay.
I mean, you could like look up old police reports, or you could or do try and do some streetwise rolls, trying to find out exactly, if not who Gut Knife and Mud Boy are, then how to contact them.
Yeah. Well, okay. Like while I'm on that trail of thinking, what about eBay? Because I mean, they're trying to fence some fancy stuff or expensive stuff. So maybe they're they're using that name on eBay.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another roll. Give me another roll. That's not a direction I would have thought of, but you know what? Let's let the dice do the talking.
Okay, what role? The same one?
Yeah, the same one. Same one. Okay. With that roll, I'm going to say those particular names, no, but there is a X Mudboy 69X that
Oh my god.
that put up a few high-end items that up for sale, and it is possible that they are connected because they seem like the right disposable income level of stuff. So it could be the same person, maybe.
For if I wanted to do correspondence, would it be possible to create a link by making a bid or putting myself on watch? Like, you know how you can have a watch item list and then getting correspondence to track them?
What exactly are you trying to do? Because that definitely seems like okay, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of like like the idea that people have a voodoo where you create a link.
Sympathetic
You
magic.
have one part of yourself there. Yeah, and then you just kind of like it connects to them, and you can just kind of like follow the trail or whatever, and get their location.
Okay. I guess what I'm saying is like, are you trying to find where they are now, or their ISP address, or the physical location that is associated with that, with that particular, account? I mean, there are
Yes,
plenty
the location.
Okay. Yeah. So give me a correspondence roll. That's definitely doable.
Oh, okay, I see. Oh,
Okay. So, uh, so you learn that you get an address of which so what you were trying to do magically is that name and that account go where does it work out of, which gave you the address that it was taken care of. However, that does not necessarily mean that that's where that person is at the moment, but that's definitely where they set up the the business area. I'm going to say that you could definitely go there if you'd like. It is in the obviously low rent end of town. But at the same time, it is not on the street itself. It's like when you like put it into Google Maps, the address, it takes you to a certain block, but to get to the address specifically, you have to go down an alleyway. It's sort of like a mundane version of Platform 9 3/4, where it is a house that is being sublet to a renter. Because the house used to be attached to the next door neighbor who used it, who was renting it out as a the in-laws house type attachment. You know what I mean? There are some bigger houses that have an outhouse, a exterior house in the backyard, so like when in-laws visit, that they could stay there. It's sort of the same thing, except that house was sublet. So it's, to get to it, you have to like go through an alleyway. Now I would like to know, by the time that you get all this information, it is about 3:00. Do you want to go there now?
Before I do anything, does anybody else wanna do anything? Because I kind of feel I get kind of feeling like, well, yeah, I would like to do stuff if I were you guys' position too. So like I don't want to hog it.
Why not? You gotta remember, you may be like having a lot of the time now. That doesn't mean that other stuff isn't happening at the same time. Don't feel like you are, taking on more time than you're due. So don't worry about that.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's okay. That's true. Then yeah, I guess I'll go to the. Well, first I'm gonna research the house to see who owns it, who owns that property, and then if nothing clicks, then I guess I'll go and yeah, I'll go like try to stake it out, like see what I can figure out by going there in person.
Okay. So with your due diligence, I'm not even gonna like let you roll for this because it's pretty simple. You find that it is as you suspected. It is a house that is being sublet by the next door neighbor. But you can also, with the research that you do, you find that the next door neighbor is actually owned by a little a housing group. So the house that it is attached to doesn't have anyone living there, and they're just renting it out for whoever. So there's no one person that owns it. It's a business owns it. So
right. Okay, so like I guess I'll head over there then,
by yourself.
just to see it with my eyes. To what? Oh yeah, does anybody want to come? Like I'm gonna like text everyone to say I got an address and
You got
see if anybody's interested. Yeah.
I
So
got
you
to come
expect-
along.
He's got a lead on what?
on your perps.
Their location. Oh, they're one of their locations that they used.
A possible location.
We'll join in.
All right, let's go.
All right, so you put in the address to Google Maps, and you make your way there. You get to the alleyway, and at first you pass by it, and at which point the Google Maps is starts screaming at you, and so you go back and you pass it again, and it takes you like about 2 or 3 times to realize that you actually have seen it several all these times, but the map tells you that it is in a weirdly nebulous zone, but with little triangulation and due diligence, you figure out exactly where it is. That being said, if you're trying to stake out the place, it's not in a very good spot to watch, because it is recessed from the alley, and its main access is the alley. So I guess what I'm saying is it's sort of like trying to view from a T-junction. So it's kind of difficult to try and observe the place while being unobtrusive.
So I'm pretty sure we probably also made ourselves really obvious by trying to find the place.
Not necessarily, they didn't
If
know
they were watching.
they didn't know someone was watching them or anything like that. So I guess what I'm saying is you should be able to to look at them, but you might want to be careful, like maybe do a stealth or subterfuge roll.
Don't I have any abilities that helps with that? I can't remember.
Well, you have arcane, but that's more looking into your identity than... I mean, there are higher levels of it that sort of do work in a these are not the droids you're looking for way, but not at the level that you've chosen.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Or even close. Okay.
You basically, if someone was to research you, they wouldn't get anywhere.
What do you say, guys? Anybody got anything that could help us out with this?
So you know how the house is it's a little house next to a bigger house, right?
Yeah.
I don't have life, but would it be possible to use correspondence to see if there's anybody currently in the bigger house?
Yeah, that's
Like
definitely
physically in there?
That is definitely doable. Give me a roll.
All right, so I guess I wanna do that. All right.
Correspondence would definitely be fine. Especially if it's a generalist somebody in there, not necessarily observing them.
Yeah.
Okay, this is about as close to a botch as we've gotten. I think we're going with the ones take away successes rule, which means you did not succeed, but you didn't botch. So you narrowly avoided paradox right there.
Yeah.
I mean, you could give it another shot if you want.
Phew.
You could try again.
Before I go again and possibly do paradox myself, does anybody else have any other ideas?
Tatiana can, try to, sense life in the house.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's see if anybody's there. Can you roll for me, please?
All right. Do-do-do. Oh, 1 second. It's
Yeah, I forget to space sometimes too. Oh no, wait, you forgot to put roll.
There we go. It's working on it. Okay. So, Tatiana looks at the house, reaches out with her senses, and other than vermin, like bugs and rats and stuff, there's no one in there.
We're a little bit more free to act then.
Yeah, I mean,
Because what Arthur was thinking was breaking into the mansion and then just kind of like trying to observe the other house, the one across the alley. I understood it right.
what? It's
And-
not. It's not a
No,
mansion.
not.
But the bigger house, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But the
you
main
could-
house.
Yeah, you could like pick the lock and observe them from the bigger house. It's definitely doable.
Yeah, before I go charging in there, I think I'm gonna try and pick the lock. Oh wait, before I do that, is there any like security? Like, can I look just to see if there's any security?
Yeah. You know what? Let me.
I just realized there's no technology. Oh wait, no, never mind. Oh wait, no, there's no technology for me.
What tech were you?
Yeah.
No, there isn't. It's just there is no, under the protection of this, that, or the other. It's just a locked door.
Alrighty, cool. So I'm gonna put my gloves on and try to open the lock, unlock it.
All right. What dice pool are you gonna use? Stealth,
Etiquette,
technology, streetwise.
Oh, is there a larceny skill or knowledge? 'Cause I don't see it.
No, but I could see
There isn't.
I could see that you have been streetwise enough that you can learn to pick a lock, or that you have been learned to be stealthy enough that you can pick a lock, or that you know technology enough to know the mechanics of a lock to pick it.
Oh. Okay, I think streetwise would make the most sense.
All right.
What would that be? Streetwise and what attribute?
I'd say wits.
Okay. I don't think I've ever used streetwise this much in a game before.
I don't think I've ever used Streetwise in any of the games I've ever played.
All right, you are able to go on in, and it's an empty house. There are a couple of some covered furniture here and there, but very little of it. for the most part, it looks like the owners, moved pretty much everything out when they left. What do you want to do?
I guess. Can I just stop for a moment and listen just to see if? Because I know she said she didn't sense any life, but like, I have no idea what the things we're dealing with are. So I'm just gonna stop to listen for a moment.
Okay.
If I can make like an alertness roll, just perception, right?
Yeah. Perception or alertness, but yeah. Perception and alertness. Bleh. Well, never mind. Words. Bleh.
Aw, I broke even.
What? It seems empty.
All right, so I guess my main goal is I'm just gonna head towards the back to see if I can get a good view of the sub, the other. It would be in the back, right?
Yeah.
Where I would be able to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is basically a 2-story house. It's more like a main floor plus a loft. You could observe the other house from the loft if you wanted.
What? Because the other house is a 1-story, right? So if I see it from the back, wouldn't I have a better angle to see inside the windows?
You could, yeah, but then, if I may, they would also have an opportunity to see you too.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I'll go on the. That's true. Oh, that's right. I'm not invisible. Yeah, I'll go. I'll take the loft.
Yeah.
Not invisible yet.
Mm-hmm. So, what are you looking to find?
What kind of? I guess, are there cars there? Is there anything to?
There
I mean, is that first of all, I'm looking for if the.
There is a beat up red sedan in the driveway.
All right. By any
It'd
chance,
be nice
from
to
where
note
I
at
am,
the
can I?
driveway.
What?
I said that would have been a nice thing to note when we were doing the drive-by. Sorry.
Wasn't that the alley that he mentioned?
Yeah. As I said, or tried to say, they are sort of like a T junction. The alleyway would be the top, and there is a recess that has a path to the house and a little driveway.
Oh, okay. So we're just now seeing that there's a dilapidated red car in the driveway.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been easy to see if you were just passing back and forth.
Which way is the car facing? Can I see the license plate from there? From where I am?
No, but the license plate is facing away from the house, so with a little bit of maneuvering, you could get the license plate.
All right. Well, that's the first thing I want. So in case they disappear or we
Okay.
lose them, I'll be able to like track them down.
All right.
I'm gonna.
So you get the license plate number. I assume you want to look it up.
Yes.
It's stolen. It's
Oh.
It's been reported stolen and has been away and has been reported stolen long enough that no one's even bothering looking for it anymore.
Well, that's great. One step forward and you're walking into a wall. Okay. So as far as the house is there any are the windows open? Can I see anybody moving around? Now I'm gonna try and look in the windows. I mean.
And it is like about, I'm gonna say 4-ish. I mean, you can, if you're really trying, you can see one or two people, but they kind of seem like they're lazing about at this time of day. They're not really doing much.
Would it be possible to use correspondence with Prime to see if I can, through my phone, since they're right there, if I can see if they have a weird pattern too?
You mean like the corpse did, you mean?
Yeah. If it's a pattern similar to the corpse?
Yeah, you can do that.
Alright. That's a regular roll, right?
Yeah, it's
Right plus.
this. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say that you got it. You are able to, through your correspondence and Prime Vision, look through the house to see 3 people and a dog. Not a dog, a cat. In the house, and you can tell that the three people are in just as bad condition as the other person was when they died. And on top of
The
it,
cat's okay.
yeah, the cat's fine.
Oh, good.
As long as the cat's fine.
Cat's
Yeah.
being a cat.
I'm surprised the cat's not repulsed by that.
Well,
Cats are fickle. From what I can tell, cats are fickle. They have no rules. They play by their own rules.
yeah.
They're nature's renegades.
Also, out of character, even though I'm the storyteller, not in character. Ghouls are only touched by that, so it might not set off cats and dogs.
Yeah, but if they're looking like they're gross and decayed, then again, cats lick their own asses.
Anyway. So yeah, you
Oh, so I'm gonna.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna just. I mean, did the group go in with me, or did they stay outside because they're like, that's illegal. That's breaking and entering.
I
I
thought,
probably would have followed you in.
yeah, I thought it was just you and Tatiana.
No, somebody else came with us. It was either Al or Terry, but I can't remember which.
I thought it was Al. Well, if to anybody who's there, as long as I'm not by myself, I'm gonna let them know that yeah, these are the exact same things that the guy was. They have the exact same messed up pattern, or they have the exact same. I wouldn't know the term pattern. They're
No, you could say
messed up.
you
They have the
say
same
pattern.
kind of like vileness to them.
You could say pattern because you don't necessarily know what they are, but you know that that the pattern that you see of their prime is in a pattern. You would easily call that their pattern.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna let them know that yeah, these are the same. They have the same pattern. They have the same messed up out there.
Look just like the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know that. Do you you're a PI, so I think it would not be impossible if you had a couple of Wi-Fi cameras that you could set up and observe them if you don't want to stay there.
Yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't have those because I did not realize that technology wasn't a skill, so I didn't take any technology.
Well, not
So-
okay. Well, okay. You got to remember when it comes to roles, generally speaking, you're talking about something that is, outside. Generally speaking, when you're dealing with roles, it is outside of something that everyone normally could do. So, like, I'm not gonna have you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna have you do a drive roll every time you get in the car. I'll have you do a drive roll if you're trying to, lose a tail, or or you're trying to like run away from being shot at.
Right.
That's when you'll do a roll. So
Okay, then
Yeah.
yeah, I guess. So then yeah, I'll say I do have a couple of those cameras.
Yeah.
Not a lot because
No,
I'm
yeah,
assuming
no.
that the good ones are expensive, but yeah, enough to.
All right. I'd say that that'll take like about a half hour to get all set up. By the time that you're done, I'd say it's about 5:00. You could like get everybody together, talk about what everybody discovered, and make plans, or go home, turn off for the day, and then come at it fresh the next day.
Okay, so one other question: when I look at something through my phone with correspondence, is that like a one-time thing, or is it possible to take screen captures of that?
Given what you're using, I'd say that's within the capability. But that being said, if you were to show those pictures to a sleeper, it would come off. It would look weird, like a weird tessellation that wouldn't make any sense. But for other mages, they should be able to see it.
No, what I wanted to show is like later when we like go home to our own place. I wanted to show it to my famulus to see what's it? It's not called a famulus. What is that spirit thing that I have?
You're familiar.
Familiar.
Yeah.
See, he.
Yeah, that could. What are you wanting to show them?
The
I don't-
picture of the pattern to see if they understand what it is, or they have any idea what those things are. Just if they've seen it.
Oh, well, your familiar is a air elemental, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think it's overly. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's overly sentient.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's two, so I know even if it was sentient, it's still like on the lower totem pole of
Okay.
intelligence too. So that makes sense.
And okay, and another thing is, let's say, like, since it's in the shape of a dog, that it may have gotten the scent of what these things are, but it does not necessarily translate what it will not necessarily translate the picture that you show it into what it smelled or how it experienced it before. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it's like showing the dog a picture of a steak and letting a dog sniff a steak. They're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Now,
it's not, gotcha.
Next time you could bring the familiar with you and have them sniff. Then they could give you an answer. But, as is, I'm not quite so sure.
Right. I mean, that does make a lot of sense. That is fair. All right. So, any news or what do you guys? I mean, are we gonna get together or?
I mean, you don't have to get together. I mean, you guys could just as easily do a group chat if. You all may be mages, but you haven't given up on technology.
Well, I'll send everybody a picture too of the prime pattern, just so that I mean I don't know if they're gonna have any idea what it is, but this way at least I keep them in the loop.
Okay.
Give them the address of the place. Let them know that I'm going to leave some cameras there. Well, no, I probably won't say I'm leaving cameras there just for legal reasons.
I'd like to point something out. You just sent them a picture, a magic picture, taken with your magic phone, looking at a bunch of weirdly supernatural individuals. The law isn't gonna know what to do with that. Just saying.
That's true.
But also, you have to understand, in his profession, that's taking pictures, being a creepy stalker, and taking pictures of people is kind of his thing.
Fair enough. I'm
Yeah,
just.
that's that too.
Okay. All right.
Well, and the thing is, it's proof that he broke and entered too. So like, yeah, it's like with the photos, it's just like they don't know where that's from because it's from, like you said, the phone is all mixed up. But
Okay.
it's harder
Fair enough.
to put cameras.
I'm not going to tell you how you should run your character. I was just pointing that out. If you feel that that's how your character would react, feel free. All right, so it looks like everybody's kind of like winding down for the day. Does anyone have anything that they want to do on their off time for themselves, magically or unmagically? Looking up Tinder dates, something?
Not really.
What? We didn't catch anything.
Sorry, my headphone died.
Okay. one of the reasons that I'm trying to like institute, off time action is when dealing with, characters like this, it's easy to get lost in the magic of it all. The, like the awesome power that you wield. But at the same time, you shouldn't forget that your characters are people, especially mages. They got other stuff going on in their life. So if you can, keep a handle on like what would your character be doing outside of this?
My character, if he has a case, he'd probably be doing research into the case if there's anything active at the moment.
Right.
If not, then he's gonna be watching the video and just kind of like trying to look up to see if there's any connection with the where the car was stolen. Mostly, that's probably yeah.
Well, it was if you're looking up the car, you know what? I think that's would give me a streetwise wits or investigation perception or something like that.
What do I have? I should have. Huh. Oh, well, it's all 6. 6.
With that roll, I'm going to say that you discovered that it was stolen 6 years ago in Nevada. Outside of Las Vegas, in a town called Pahrump. And since it's like about 2 states over and it's been gone so long, nobody's looking for it anymore.
Alrighty. Well, at least I know they were from. They did spend some time in Nevada.
All right, so I'm gonna go down the list. Oh darn it, 1 second. So, Fluke, how do you want to spend your off hours? Abreu? I think they may have ducked out.
He did say shout, but I don't know if I'm going to shout, though.
What?
I said he did say shout, but I don't know if I want to shout.
Okay, yeah. Well, we'll skip him for now. So, Tatiana, what are you doing on your off time?
Well, doing the thing that keeps me fed.
All right.
Which is back at the diner.
Okay.
Making money.
All right. And when the diner closes, you just going straight to bed?
I'll tuck in with a movie on Netflix and do some Netflix and chill.
All right, cool. Terry, you here?
I'm here, yes.
Oh, there he is.
Woo! Okay, so
I've been here the whole time.
Really?
I kind of figured, but I wanted to be sure.
So we're a bunch of awkward serious stories.
So what are you doing on your off time?
I don't even know what's going on, but
So Jimmy found a bunch of information. He like knows where where the thieves are hiding out. He found a bit more information about the actual robbery, and he is having the thieves' place under observation. But that's the day's pretty much wound down. So, what would you be doing in your off time?
well, I guess since my character is still standing in front of the house from the guy we wanted to talk to being ignored, he's probably been there for the last couple hours,
Okay.
waiting for the rain to start.
Okay. Well, I think with the end of the day and all that, I think that's a good place to stop for right now. And they'll give you another 2 days before the next robbery. Although you know where the thieves are located, so that could change your plans. But I think we can about wrap it up for right now. Everybody gets 5 XP. Anything anyone wants to talk about?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe we can go ahead and stop recording.
All right, and